Hi friends. Today Wedaki, you on a tour of a country that is currently making headlines around the world. Yes, this is the same country where bombings and rocket attacks are still ongoing and people are forced to live in shelters to save their lives. Yes, we are talking about Ukraine, a country in Europe. How did the war between Russia and Ukraine restart in 2025? Did Ukraine really attack Russia? What secret agreement was made between Ukraine and America, which is the largest city in this country? How are the people here living? What is the real reason for the war between Ukraine and Russia? And how beautiful is this country? So, in today's video, we will know everything. So, let's start today's delightful journey. Ukraine, whose full name is Republic of Ukraine, is an independent and sovereign country located in Eastern Europe, which became independent in 1991 after the collapse of the Soviet Union. Since its independence, Ukraine has become the center of conflict between Eastern and Western powers. Russia wants Ukraine to remain under its influence, while the European Union and America see it as an independent and sovereign Western ally. This is why this country is becoming a battlefield for political war. The current population of Ukraine, according to 2025, is approximately 3 to 80 million, which was around 440 million before the war. The country's total area is 63,550 square kilometers, making it the second largest country in Europe. The capital of Europe is Kyiv, which is also its largest city. This city is the political, economic, and cultural center of Ukraine. Its population is approximately 3 million. In this city, you can find modern architecture alongside historical buildings, many of which are included in UNESCO's World Heritage Sites. Kyiv is also known as the Selfie City. In 2019, it was declared the best city in the world for taking selfies. The official language of Ukraine is Ukrainian, but Russian, Polish, Hungarian, and other languages are also spoken here. Kyiv's metro station is the deepest in the world, located 100 meters below ground. Ukraine is a country where European culture can be closely observed and understood. Many festivals are celebrated here, where the influence of Russian and European cultures is clearly visible. Approximately 78% of the people here are Ukrainian, and 17% are of Russian descent. The official language of the country is Ukrainian, but Russian is also spoken in many areas. Ukraine borders Russia, Belarus, Poland, Hungary, Slovakia, Romania, Moldova, and the Black Sea to the south. The currency of Ukraine is hryvnia, with the international code UAH. In 2025, the country's gross national product has fallen to approximately $135 billion, which was around $200 billion before the war. The economy relies on agriculture, its steel, energy, and European aid. The legal system here is influenced by the European model, but in wartime conditions, many emergency laws have been enforced. Friends, now the question is, how did this war finally begin? The war between Ukraine and Russia began in 2014, when Russia occupied the Ukrainian territory of Crimea. This was the first major turning point, where the tension took a serious turn. After this, Russian-backed separatists in the Donbas regions of Donetsk and Luhansk in eastern Ukraine began a continuous rebellion from 2014 to 2021. This conflict continued in limited areas but did not escalate into a full-scale war. In February 2022, Russia suddenly launched a full military invasion, attacking large parts of Ukraine. This attack was called a special military operation, but in reality, it was a full-fledged war. Russian forces simultaneously attacked Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, northern, eastern, and southern regions. The world once again witnessed a war of such magnitude in Europe after World War II. In 2023 and 2024, the intensity of the war somewhat decreased, and ceasefires occurred in several areas. Ukraine used advanced missiles launched by the Ukrainian Navy to destroy Russian airfields. The purpose of these missiles was to destroy Russian airfields and military installations. Ukraine launched missile attacks on Russian airfields located in Russia's northern, eastern, and southern regions, resulting in severe damage and destruction to many military aircraft and helicopters. After this, Russia launched a new ground offensive. Before the war, Ukraine was a developing country. Its economy was based on agricultural products, IT, and engineering. But in 2022, when Russia attacked Ukraine, everything changed. Ukraine has a democratic system. In 2025, Ukraine's president was a former actor and comedian, but today he is known as a wartime leader. On April 26, 1986, a horrific explosion occurred at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, which shook not only Ukraine but the entire world. Dangerous radiation spread into the atmosphere in moments, as a result of which the nearby city of Pripyat had to be evacuated immediately. After this devastating accident, the entire area remained uninhabitable for thousands of years. Even today, this place is engulfed in radiation and is considered the worst nuclear disaster in human history. Approximately 70% of people in Ukraine live in cities and 30% in rural areas. This country is very famous for agriculture, and its farmers are highly educated. In 2011, Ukraine became the third largest wheat-producing country in the world. Ukraine's education system is strong, and students from all over the world come here for medical and engineering education. Fees in other European countries says quite low. The visa fee is about $80. Friends, if we talk about Ukraine's nightlife, as soon as the sun sets, Ukrainian cities, especially Kyiv, Lviv, and Odessa, light up. Color flights, loud music, and the smiling faces of young people present. A scene from a different world. The nightlife here is famous throughout Europe. In Kyiv, there are hundreds of nightclubs, bazaars, shisha cafes, and live music venues where people enjoy themselves until late at night. Young Ukrainian boys and girls, dressed in modern fashion, come out at night. People dance freely to DJ nights, electronic music, and on dance floors. Open parties are also organized in many places, especially during the summer. Odessa's Ghost, Lviv's old streets, and Kyiv's modern buildings are all filled with tourists and locals at night. Although many people come to eat, drink, and enjoy music, some circles include drinking, obscenity, and sexual relations in their nightlife, which is one aspect of Ukraine's liberal society. So friends, this was our interesting video for today. If you liked it, subscribe to our YouTube channel Travel Country, like the video, and share the video with your friends. See you in the next video.